Alright. Testing, testing. Let's see. Looks like it's working. Sorry, it took a while. Well, let's just transition out of this and upgrade the bitrate. Why is there no data? Can it stop doing that? Alright. Bit of change. Hold on a second. Just gonna make adjustments. Nope. Alright, looks about right. I hope you like the little background I added, so that way it's, you know, not just like a... Oh wait, okay, whatever, that's fine. Actually, I think it's better, like, yeah, who cares about, like, consistency, am I right? This is good enough. Alright. Why is it so poor? What can I even do? Well, whatever. Anyways. Alright. Anyways, everything all good? It's been a while since I played this game, but I do remember what what happens and such. Let me just check the thing. Actually, no. I think we should start. Yeah. Alright, yeah. Episode. Anyways, case 3, the origin of Horus. Let's start with that. It's finally started. Anyways, do say anything really. Just something to say. Oh, great. 1 second. Alright, that's annoying. 1 second. I'm just gonna put this on break for a bit. At least the time screen will probably fix it and such. Sorry about that. everyone? Let me just check on something. Yeah. Let's actually start finally. How long has it been since I last played? You know, when I finished case 2. Let me just check real quick. That would be 5 months ago. Holy. Anyways, we're finally back. I'm sorry, Tyrion. There were so many things that I wanted to tell you. So many things that I wanted to show you. But I'm afraid I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes. Peer beyond the divine gaze as I once did. Use it to reclaim the future. Episode 3, The Origin of Horrors. But stop! Preposterous! Completely and utterly preposterous! Is something wrong, Lord von Sanctrins? You filthy rat! You cheated, didn't you? That's right, you're just a cheat and a clarion intent. Lloyd von Sanctions. Occupation? Nobleman. Do you have any evidence to prove that ridiculous claim? I mastered chess before you could crawl out of whatever rat hole you came from. Do you honestly expect anyone to believe that you could defeat me? Honestly, I'm just as disappointed as you are. You're gonna blow your cover. Plus, it was a chess, isn't it? It was your cover. Can you really cheat on that? Anyways, I was expecting more of a challenge from House von Sanctions. But I suppose all the gold in the world can't buy you a modicum of skill. You little upset all. Von Sanctions' acquaintance cleared his throat and gestured subtly to the crowd of spectators. Everyone's attention is on him, and you can see the crowd muttering amongst themselves. His undignified behavior probably isn't doing any favor for his public image. Realizing himself, he tries to regain his composure. It's preposterous. He walks away, muttering the word preposterous under his breath a few more times. It sounds like he's trying to reassure himself more than anyone else. So that was something. Yeah, I knew he would get angry, but I expected him to make a scene like that. Well, you did insult him. Not to say that he didn't deserve it. Come on, I love seeing a concise noble lose their mind when I beat them. It's half of the fun of playing these tournaments. Wow, where's this confident when we're in the courthouse? The court cases are different. I had to deal with real-world elements during a trial, and that includes Prosecutor Stillwin. Prosecutor Stillwin, huh? I wonder if she plays chess. Now that's a thought. You wonder if she would be willing to play against you sometime. She can't be any worse than these pampered nobles. Anyway, we should celebrate somewhere in town. Even if he was a pushover, you just beat one of the top-ranked chess players in the kingdom. To be honest, you had your reservation about returning to the city of Iranex. Everyone facing one of the 4 pillars, you would have never come back here. You would rather leave the city as soon as possible. Excuse me. I saw a cafe while we were walking around. The food smelled great. I would really like to go there. We could always go to one of the cafes in the capital. There are plenty of places to choose from there. Trust me, I traveled around the world. There's nothing better than food from a thriving port city. Alright, there's no harm in staying a little longer. She does have a point. The city street seems livelier than when you last saw them. You see a lot of businesses that weren't here before, and they all seem to be very well off. Despite being a port city, Iranex used to look like a ghost town. Has the local nobility been investing in the city? You find that possibly very hard to believe. You arrive at this cafe that Celeste told you about. As you enter, you're struck by a powerful aroma of freshly baked pastries and coffee. The scent of the baked goods swirl around you. You take a moment to inhale the enticing smells. You have to admit that it makes you very hungry. So you seek to enter the domain of the Deathbringer Songstress. Well, if glory is what you seek, then look no further. But you stand before Mosurika Tudor, Dark Lord of Iranex. As you head further into the cafe, you're approached by a familiar face. Mosurika, how to pronounce that? Tudor, a merchant, alright. Rika, is that you? Ha! It appears my reputation precedes me. How good of you two. Wait, you're Tyrion? You're back! Yeah, why didn't you tell anyone you were back in town? Do you have any idea how well we've all been? How do I do the other thing? Whoops. I have to remember, Nope. Slices is Mosura's tutor. Nope, that's not it either. Hold on a sec, I'm trying to figure out how you get rid of the text. Nope. How do you, okay, R3? What? Doesn't contradict anything, right? Oh wait. Oh whatever. Oh wait, let's go back a bit. Do you two know each other? Right. This is Celeste, this is Mosurika Tudor. I was friends with her when I lived here many— Wait, you still live here? Yeah. Iranex is actually the city I grew up in. What? But you were in such a hurry to leave before. Huh. You came here to eat, right? If you're still hungry, I can bring you some of our best dishes on the house. I wonder what that's all about. Hey, I gotta check out my my UI. Okay, it's looking good actually. I wonder if I can get that animated, you know, like the background animated. That would be cool. You know, just the bubble effect. No, I couldn't possibly. Come on, don't be like that. It's been years since I've seen you. And you know how good my food is. Okay, but only for a little while. Rika sets a table for the three of you and calls over a waiter. I love me with some baguette, please. Oh yeah, like that girl, I forgot her name. Sorry, I haven't gone through a law yet. I'll try to get to before Sunday for the tournament. Anyway, she says over there. You like my new UI thing I got going on? This will be the new norm. You all place your orders? Now, tell me everything. I want to know all about what you've been doing since you left. Alright. Let's present the runestone. What do you think about speaking of such things would be beneath me? What? It's my eternity runestone. What the hell? Look at you, Mr. Big Shot. You're wearing a suit now, and you even have a bodyguard. Did you get an office job in the big city? Something like that. I'm actually a defense attorney now. A defense attorney? I see. Is that why you left town with that scary lady? Scary lady? Are you talking about Ruby? Mr. Mora adopted me when my mother passed several years ago. Ah, okay. After that, she started training me to become an attorney like her. Wait, you've been studying to be an attorney since you were a kid? Oh, I guess that explains why you're so young for a lawyer. Kind of like saying someone, right? Saying someone. If I could, I would have put the image, but I don't have a second screen still. I know that I should have gone by now, but it's annoying. I was like, whatever. I'll get a second screen soon. It would have been fun if I just like, just pulled a PNG up of a certain defense attorney character who's been studying since he was a kid. Well, actually, there's several actually. Said the 19-year-old mercenary. I guess you got me there. Yeah, she seems sad. So, are you gonna introduce us? Oh, right. Rika, this is Celeste McCoy, my bodyguard. Wolfman, yeah! Bodyguard? And Celeste, this is... Ha! As if I need such introductions. I am Munuska Tudor, Dark Lord of Aranex, High Archmage of the Calum Flames, and the proud proprietor of this cafe. Oh, okay. I was friends with her when I used to live here. She's a little eccentric, but she's a good person at heart. Hey! She's also a common folk mage like you. Ah, you're also a practitioner of the arcane arts. Which spell have you mastered? I haven't really mastered any of them. I know about 7 spells though. 7?! She learned even more spells? She's been picking them up rather quickly. I've been usurped. The scary lady. She's your mother now? She's my guardian, yes. Is she nice? Nice isn't the first word I would use to describe Miss Tamora. But she's always taking care of me. She taught me everything I know about being a defense attorney. I don't think I'll be the person I am today without her. That's good. I'm just glad that she treats you well. Okay, nothing. No unique dialogue. No unique dialogue. No unique dialogue. Oh. How about you? You really made a life for yourself here. I'm glad that you were able to realize your dreams and open a cafe. But of course, once the Dark Lord sets her sights on the quarry, it's only a matter of time before she obtains it. I've grown up since you last saw me. Yeah, let's not go that far. But what's that supposed to mean? Wait, what is that supposed to mean? Wait, hold on. Okay. Oh. Are you the owner of this cafe, Mika? You always spoken about opening one when we were kids. Yep, and it's all thanks to the Dragogen Trading Company. The company's owner invested in my business idea after trying my food. Because of him, I was able to open up here like I've always dreamed. Dragogen Trading Company? I don't think I've ever heard of them. They're pretty small right now, but they're only operating in Euronext. But I hear they're planning to expand their operations throughout the Wyvern Gate. Go on. But I would have thought that Lord Von Sanctions would have weeded out any competition. After all, he owns one of the largest businesses in the kingdom. Lord Von Sanctions? Isn't he that pumped his noble that I beat in the chess tournament this morning? Wait, that was you? I didn't even know he was a businessman. Von Sanctions Industries invented those arcane constructs that we saw at the Imperial Academy. How do you not know about these things? You practically fight against nobles for a living. Maybe you should start reading more about national politics. Okay, I can't leave. Okay, let's go back up. Okay, wait, it's the same things. I may as well just get this over with. Wait, what? Hold on, let me see that again. I missed that, damn it. That's only 2 spells. 7? That's almost 4 times the amount that I know. Anyways. Look at you, blah blah blah. Anything new here? Alright, no need no dialogue there. Now let's talk about the city that Tyrion lived in as a child. Isn't just me, or does the city look less depressed than before? Oh, right. You left the city before the new merchants appeared. New merchants? Like from a merchants guild? Yeah, the Dragon's Trading Company was one of the first ones. They started operating here and brought the Arcane refinery a few years ago. After that, merchants from all over Wyvern started coming here. Well, being based in the port city would definitely give them an edge. Their presence has really helped the city's economy. They aren't owned by the nobility, and they pay their employees a lot more than Von Sanctions does. It's really improved the quality of life for the people here. I doubt Von Sanctions appreciate the competition though. There's even talk about forming employee-run unions. Oh, Von Sanctions won't appreciate that. Capitalism, am I right? So, you still play chess? Yeah, I'm nationally ranked too. I heard that an upstart commoner defeated Lord Von Sanctions at a tournament this morning, but I had no idea they were talking about you. Upstate commoner? The name suits you, Tyrion. Hey, do you still do that thing when you play? No. What thing? Nothing. She's not talking about anything. Wait, you're actually embarrassed about it? When we were kids, you did it even more than I did! What? What did you used to do? Why did you show her, Tyrion? I would rather not. Come on, show us, Tyrion. The thing. I think I'm a little too old for this. You're never too old to tap into your inner Junai! Do it, Tyrion! Yeah, do it! The two of them began chanting, trying to pressure you. It draws the attention of the other patrons in the cafe. They don't seem to care about the confused look that they're getting. It seems that you don't have a choice. You take in a deep breath. Those who stand in the shadows, so you fear the light of divinity, your emperor will fall and your armies will perish. Kneel and cower before the divine gaze of the Eye of Horus! Title drop! They're trying their hardest to contain the laughter. Well, that's why I don't do it anymore. That was great. It was really good, Tyrion. A poorly contained laughter coming out between each word. And why are you laughing? You were just doing it a moment ago. Yeah, but she owns it. Ugh. You used to say something else before too. I won't let anyone stand in my way, even if they're a man, king, or god? Yeah, that's it! He still says that sometimes. Oh, looks like our order is here. My waiter brings in the lunch special for each of you. The enticing aroma of the meal makes you salivate a little. You gladly devour the meal. Rika cooking is just as delicious as you remembered. You spend so much time catching up with her while you finish your meals. Somehow I'm hoping that she's the wait, no, she's not gonna be the if we're going by the images for each, you know, for each of the episodes, she's not. I really hope she's not the killer. We'll see. As the conversation continues, you and Celeste regale her with stories of your past court cases. No, really? Yep, it turned out that it was the headmaster the entire time. Wow, I would have never figured that out. How did he know Tyrion? Maybe he saw it with his Eye of Horus. You're nearly choking your drink before you realize what she's actually referring to. But wow, I can't believe it. I never thought court cases could be that dramatic. Yeah, the very good spaghetti. You finish your meals as you continue to tell Rika more about your cases. It's nice to be able to talk with her again. You tried so hard to leave everything behind after what happened, but you're happy that seems to be doing well. Well, it's been nice catching up with you, Rika, but I think it's time for us to get going. What? But we just got here! It's okay. I'm pretty sure you're busy nowadays. I won't keep you any longer. But be sure to write, okay? Don't just go and disappear like last time. Yeah, I'll stay in touch. You better. You exit the cafe and make your way to the local merchants guild to rent a carriage. The city streets seems to be more crowded than usual. It's a little difficult to make your way through them. Hey, Tyrion? Yeah? Celeste is fidgeting with her hands. She looks like she wants to say something, but every time she decides to speak, she quickly stops herself. This happens a few more times before she seems to give up. Never mind, it's nothing. Okay. You both continue to walk silently as you make your way to the Merchants Guild. As you make your way there, the streets become more and more crowded. You hope traffic won't interfere with the ride home. Hi, could we rent a carriage for travel to Rathel Mall? Sorry, but travel outside the city is temporarily closed. What? Why? Haven't you heard? The Knights of the King's Guard have locked down the city. They set up a blockage and everything. Okay, check the city gates if you don't believe me. As you arrive at the city gate, you see the blockage that the merchant was talking about. A crowd of disgruntled townsfolk are angrily shouting at the night station there. This is outrageous! How long do you plan on keeping us here? Sorry, but we have our orders. We can't let anyone outside of the city until our investigation is complete. There's an investigation? Okay, yeah, I don't think she... Don't worry, okay. So I don't think she has anything to do with it directly, but you know. I don't think they'll post something like that twice. There's an investigation? Did something happen? Can you at least tell us what's going on? Why is the entire city being blockaded? Sorry, sir. We're not allowed to release that information. You'll just have to make other arrangements while we sort this out. Actually, I haven't seen you two around before. I'll need to take down your names and occupation for our records. What? Why? It's fine, Celeste. We're better off just cooperating with them. It's an invasion of privacy, but you'd rather not resist orders from the King's Guard. I'm Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm a defense attorney. Fine. I'm Celeste McCoy, bodyguard. Thanks. You look over to the other King's Guard. They seem to be taking notes of the people here too. They must be taking a list of everyone inside the city. But for what reason? Okay, here's something. A blockade has been created around the city of Aranex. This blockade is preventing anyone from leaving or entering the city. The King's Guard have been careful note of everyone that is currently contained within the blockade. I have an important engagement tomorrow. What am I supposed to do now? This can't possibly be legal. The townsfolk continue shouting at the knights. But it's clear they won't be budging anytime soon. What do we do now? You start noticing it's starting to get late. We don't know how long the city will be blockaded. We should find a place to stay overnight, just in case. Are we going back to the cafe? Oh wait, we walk into a nearby tavern and see it crowded with patrons. Looks like everyone else had the same idea. Hey, welcome to the Elgrinth Tavern. What can I do for you? Could we get 2 rooms for the night? Sorry, I can't even spare 1 room. We're completely full with the blockade and all. Wait, let me take care of this. Well, would you look at that? One of our rooms just opened up. Only one? Hey, the entire city's blocked down. Even with your goal, that's the best I can do for you. What? Embarrassed to share a room with me, Tyrion? No, it's just... You realize that she's teasing you like she usually does. It's best not to give it any mind. Well, it's better than nothing. Well. Hey, so how should we... Oh, I was just kidding before. You can have the bed. I'll just sleep on the floor. What? I can't just let you... Please, we may both be commoners, but you live a cushy life in the city. I'm a mercenary. I've lived on the streets, on the road for years. I still like this all the time. Chica's got you there. Alright, but tell me if you change your mind. Yeah. Hey, I didn't see you there. I'll just walk past him. I like how we just wasted, slowly but surely just wasting money. Like, it's not even our money, it's poor Celeste. Hey, watch it! Quit shoving me! Wait, whoa! Holy crap! Pull me up! I can't hold on for much longer! You idiot! What are you doing? What? Grab his arm and pull him up! Ah! My hand! What the hell are you doing? Your grip is too tight. Stop that! Ah! Wait, I can still... No. What happened? I should have been able to... By the Scale Lord, he fell in. No, I can use this. That's right, I can still make this look like it was all his fault. Is this an accidental murder this time? huh? Huh. You find yourself falling into a nightmare. Tyrion, I'm so sorry. I can't believe they made you watch. Oh, it was like an execution that happened? Are you okay? Right, of course not. Are you gonna keep fighting them? Your voice is quiet. Your question barely comes out as a whisper. What? I'm gonna keep fighting the nobility. I don't know if I can anymore. Today they showed me what they're truly capable of. I was naive. I thought that the truth would prevail, but I'm only one person. I can't do this alone. So you're just gonna give up? You're the only one who will fight against them. If you're just gonna give up, then was my mother's death truly pointless? I'm sorry. Teach me how to be like you. What? You said you can't do this alone anymore, right? So, teach me how to be a defense attorney. I can help you. We can fight them together. Tyrion, you're just a child. I can't just... Mr. Mora, please. I don't have anything left. 10 years old, huh? Please, just take me away from here. You clutch your hand tightly, feeling the fading warmth of the final missions that your mother left for you. It's the last comforting memory you will have of her. It's a memory that you'll never experience again. Mom. You startled awake. After some confusion, you realized it was all a dream. You didn't have any trouble falling asleep, but your slumber was less than restful. It's been a while since you remembered that day. That's all the more reason to leave this city as soon as possible. Celeste, are you up? Celeste was wistfully staring out the window, watching the rain. Her head whipped towards you when she realized that you're awake. Are you okay? What's wrong? Nothing. It's nothing. He wasn't awake, was he? She doesn't seem keen on sharing. It's really best not to pry. Anyways, do you know if the city is still under lockdown? I haven't checked yet. I was waiting for you to wake up. You go outside and check the city gates. The blockade still hasn't disappeared. In fact, it looks like it's been fortified with even more knights. Looks like we can't leave yet. They even doubled down on the guards. What's going on here? Tyrion! You spotted Rika in the distance as she calls out to you. As soon as she sees you, she breaks into a full sprint towards you. She looks exhausted. Has she been looking for you in the rain? Tyrion, it's terrible. There was an accident at the Arcane refinery last night. One of my friends who worked there, he fell into a vat of chemicals. He's dead. Oh, Rika, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do, Lord Von Sinchen is blaming the Dragon Trading Company. He's trying to charge the owner with criminal negligences. Huh, as the lord of this region, Von Sinchen would have a lot of leverage in a legal battle like this. He must have been using this accident as an opportunity to oust Dragon from his territory. Tyrion, you're a lawyer, aren't you? Can you help them? I don't think I can. What? But, Rika, I specialize in homicide cases, and most of my clients are majors who have been charged with murder. I never tried a case like this before. There isn't any magic involved, and there's no killer. Don't worry, I'm sure that Tyrion's trading company knows plenty of qualified attorneys who can help. I'm not so sure about that. Think about it. A lord from one of the four pillar families is pressing those charges. Do you honestly think anyone else will try to fight them on this? She has a point. There isn't many attorneys who will go against the nobility under any circumstances. The only ones who will do that are you and Miss Tomora. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Alright, this is a well, actually, it is a murder case still. We know that already. Really? Please don't get your hopes up. I have very little information to work with right now. And to be perfectly honest, I'm really out of my element. That's okay. I'm sure that Mr. Dragon will take any help he can get. Mr. Dragon? He's the owner of the Dragon Trading Company. He should be at the old Arcane Referee right now. That must be the scene of the accident too. It would be best to start your investigation there. I've been away from the shop for too long, so I can't come with you. But drop by the cafe if there's anything I can do to help. Alright. We follow Rika's direction and move towards the city's industrial district. It reminds you of your childhood, back when you couldn't control the Eye of Horus. What is this episode called again? I forgot. The origin of Horus is okay. Oh fuck. And you avoided this part of the city. It was always covered with an overwhelming fog of misery and fatigue. However, you feel less of that now. Is it because you have more control over your powers, or has something else changed? Alright, we're here. You arrive at the refinery and see that there aren't many people around. The few people you do see seem to be from the City Watch. Operation must have been halted after the accidents. So this is the wow. So this isn't an arcane referee. I always saw this place as a child, but I never understood what they do here. Those machines refine the arcane crystals that are used in artificery. Those crystals are used as a power source for conducting magical energies. You look around and spot an especially frustrated individual. He seems okay. This is more interesting. You know, not directly a murder case, just like an accident. But you know, we know it's a murder case of some sort. He seems to stand out from the knights and king staff. Could he be the guild master Rika spoke of? He takes notice of you and heads further into the refinery. Hello there. You must be the attorney Miss Tudor spoke about. I am. I take it that you're the guild master of the Dragon Trading Company? Yes. My name is Tyrion Dragon. I am pleased to make your acquaintance. Guildmaster. I really appreciate you lending your aid in this matter. I already told Rika this, but I've never tried a civil case before. I'll need to learn more about what happened before I can decide whether or not I can represent you. I'm honestly not sure how much help I can be. Well, there isn't a single attorney in Aranex that will represent me, so I'll accept whatever help I can get. Celeste was right. All the attorneys are too afraid to stand against the law of one's sanctions. Where should we start though? This case is pretty different from the homicide that we're used to. Homicide or not, the case revolves around wrongful death. If I did represent Dragon, I would need to prove that he wasn't at fault for the accident. To do that, we should start by finding out exactly how and why the accident occurred. We should also question the witnesses who saw the victim when it happened. It would hurt to take a look at the scene of the accident either. The Guildmaster would have a lot of knowledge about the refinery operations. Questioning him might also give you some insight into what happened. Do you happen to know anything about the blockade surrounding the city? I know that the King's Guard is involved, but that's about all I know. I am a bit curious as to what caused such a stir. But I suppose I have more pressing matters to focus on right now. Rika mentioned that he gave her the capsule to open a cafe. After trying her food, I would be remiss not to. I'm aware of how difficult it is for a commoner mage to succeed in our society. It's quite philanthropic of you. Well, how many other businessmen would show reluctance in dealing with a mage? That makes them an untapped resource. Pragmatic would be a better word to describe Stereophonic. I've heard a lot about you and Ruby Tamura through the grapevines. Mr. Tudor speaks very highly of you as well. Oh, you put my mind at ease to know I have your support. Alright, let's talk. The accident. Alright, to start, could you tell us exactly what happened? Well, it all began during the work rush yesterday evening. One of my employees fell from the walkway and into a vast of magical chemicals. Those chemicals contain extremely folate and destructive application magic. Because of that, he unfortunately died before we could have put him out. I see. It all just sounds like an unfortunate accident. Why is Lord von Sanctions blaming you for what happened? There are guardrails on the walkway to prevent people from falling. Supposedly those guardrails broke apart when that employee tries to lean against it. According to von Sanctions, the accident was a direct result of my negligence to maintain the refinery. But my employees have taken great care to inspect and maintain the facilities. I have no idea how this happened. Is he telling the truth? Which could all be lip service. The only way to know for sure is to investigate the walkway yourself. Ah, okay. The victim. Earlier you said the victim was an employee of yours. Could you tell us more about them? Yes. I hired him just a few months ago. It's a shame what happened to him. He was a young name named Justin Way. Was he a good employee? He was a hard worker, but he was a bit rough around the edges when he first started. Before working for me, I heard that he always spent his time with the local delinquents. Miss Tudor practically begged me to hire him. She told me that she wanted to turn his life around. That does sound like something Rika would do. She always had a habit of getting involved in her friend's personal business. When you live a life like Justin's, it helps when you have something to give you structure and direction. So I decided to give the boy a chance by hiring him. He was clearly a hard worker. He did well to earn his keep. He always followed the rules too, so I have no idea why he was up in that walkway. Wait, he wasn't supposed to be on that walkway? Huh. Earlier you mentioned that Justin wasn't supposed to be on the walkway. What did you mean by that? Well, Justin worked in an entirely different department. He was part of a team that managed packaging and fridge, whatever. He had no business being inside the refinery building, much less the upper walkway. That's strange to say the least. Was he the type to wander around places he's not supposed to? No, like I said before, he always followed my rules. It all just makes this whole situation that much more confusing. Justin Wayne was a star employee. He was always known to follow all of Starfix's rules and regulations. He worked in an entirely different department and wasn't supposed to be anywhere near the refinery walkway. Dragon had no idea why he was in the refinery before the accident. Witnesses. Was there anyone around when the accident occurred? Did anyone see Justin Paul? There were many employees here at the time. But there were only a handful of witnesses who actually saw Justin fall from the walkway. Who were those witnesses? If I remember correctly, Mr. Tudor was the one who saw him fall. Wait, Rika was there when it happened? Yes, she witnessed the accident alongside the Harbor Master, Morrison. Oh, you're acquainted with him? I am. Morrison was close friends with your mother when you were a child. What, after you left Aronix, you went out of your way to contact with everyone from your past. Oh, What were all these people doing here in the first place? Rika is a cafe owner and Morris is a harbor master. I'm a little concerned about that myself. I'm still unsure about Miss Tudor. But the harbor master was accompanied by a nobleman of some sort. A nobleman? I'm not privy to the specifics, but apparently that nobleman had the legal authorities to go wherever he wanted to. You'll want to ask Morrison more about that, but it'll be awkward to speak with him after all these years. Well, I guess that's it for that. Okay, there's like a few things. Alright, so there's the square, the refinery walkway, the harbor, and the cafe. Let's go in the... Actually, let's go here first. So Justin broke the guardrails and fell in the guy's castle. Oh yeah, right. You can us scans see. She's a connection to help Justin. Yada yada. What's going on now? I was hoping, no. The thought of femailing twice in a row does sound appealing to you, but it's better not to get too personal when working these cases. Alright, I should go to the walkway for reals.
Arcane.
What? What's wrong? There are traces of transmutation all over the guardrail. Transmutation? Do you see those traces anywhere else on the walkway? No, it's only this area. Oh, okay. Transmutation is the school of magic that changes the property of physical objects. Usually mages use transmutation spells to strengthen or repair objects. Someone used a spell to change the physical properties of the guardrails? Judging by the current state of the rails, we can only conclude one thing. The spell weakened. Strengthened the corrosional? Weakened. Okay, what? Wait, what the fuck? Oops. Okay, no. The boy, the business. This has to be one of these. Okay, stupid. Right, someone used a transmutation spell to weaken the guardrails. Afterwards, the guardrails were so weak that Justin accidentally broke them. And only those guardrails were weakened. They sabotaged the rails on right next to the dispatch of corrosion chemicals too. What was the intention of weakening the guardrails? There was a clear intention behind the actions of this unknown mage. Judging by what happened, the intention can only be one thing. Wanted someone to Whoever sabotaged the guardrail wanted someone to fall into the bath. Why else would they only target specific guardrails? But why? Who would do this? You can feel your fists clenching tightly. Someone committed murder using magic here. And whoever did this had the goal to try to cover it up. Tyrion? You won't forgive whoever did this. And you through with them, you'll make them feel a fraction of the misery that your mother... Tyrion! What? Are you okay? Right, sorry. Anyways, if it weren't for your detect magic, everyone would have written this off as an accident. Magical traces are only detected for 48 hours after a mage casts a spell. That means whoever cast the transmutation spell did so recently. Right. Yeah, that's a painful way to go. Huh.
Prepario Arcanum.
It's a vast of dangerous magical chemicals. Supposedly, they're corrosive enough to dissolve anyone unfortunate enough to fall into it. Celeste is watching you carefully. She can be a little overprotective at times. It looks like the guardrail completely broke off. The rail completely rusted too. Was Dragon lying about properly maintaining the site? No. Oh. I wonder if you can talk about this already. You should notify Dragon about the transmutation spell, but perhaps you should wait until you obtain more information first. After all, knowing about a potential saboteur might be unnecessarily stress him out. Even more so if you don't have more information. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, next up, the harbor. Okay, now I'm suspicious of Miss Tudor. You're out of the harbor, it's just of Morrison, the harbor master. However, you notice a large concentration of knights in the shipping area. Notably, the Arcane Inquisition is among them. You spotted Commander White and Prosecutor Stillwind coordinating the knights there. I wonder what those two are doing here. The knight at the blockade said they were investigating something. There must be magic involved in the Inquisitions here. Do you think this has anything to do with what happened to Justin? I doubt it. We didn't see any Inquisitions die at the refinery. It might just be a coincidence. You're probably right. But I'm kinda curious about what the Inquisition is investigating. It has nothing to do with our case. It would be better to leave them to their business. Alright. Oi, you there. You better clear out. The knights have closed the harbor. Morrison? Huh? Do I know you? Wait, Sherbert, is that you? Ah, my throat hurts. Excuse me. Oh, Master. Noah... Morrison. Hi. I heard from little Mosarica that you were back in town. What can I do for you? We heard that you were in a refinery yesterday. From what we heard, you witnessed the accident. We wanted to ask you some questions about what you saw. Oh, right. Suga mentioned you're an attorney now. What? I just hope that you're still not hung up about that business with your mother. Sorry, I guess it was not my business. Anyways, I'll tell you what I know. Dragon told us that you witnessed the accident. Aye, it was a horrible thing what happened. No one deserves what happened to that poor lad. Could you tell us what you saw? Well, I was showing a patron around town, and for some reason he really wanted to take a look at the refinery. Something about checking out the local art of fishery. Artificery. Anyways, he was looking at the machinery, then suddenly, Morrison came running towards us. She was trying to tell us something, but the damn machines were too loud. Okay, I'm not gonna bother with the boys. The damn machines were too loud for us to hear her. After a while, she just pointed at the walkway and we saw the horrible sight. We saw someone fall into the bath. By the time we got to them to stop the machines, it was too late. That matches up with what you know so far. And what was Rika even doing there? She would have still been running the cafe at the time of the accident. And that patron who was visiting at the factory, did they also witness the accident? Can you tell us how Justin fell off the walkway? Was it because the guardrail broke under his weight? Yeah, it did, but it was a little strange. That guardrail was made out of metal, yeah? But the way it broke, you would have thought it was made out of cardboard. You barely leaned on it and it just broke apart. Even a poorly maintained guardrail shouldn't have broken that easily. Did someone really use transmutation magic to sabotage it? If so, that possibility could clear Dragon's name. But presenting the possibility of a magical crime might just complicate things. You mentioned that you were escorting a patron when the accident happened. Who was he? Did he witness the accident too? Aye, he was right there when me and Rika were trying to get our attention. It would be hard to miss it with the commotion she was making. As for who he was, he said his name was Asta. Asta? You don't know anyone by that name? But why does that name sound familiar? Do you know what his surname was? No, the lad was really secretive with his last name, Asta. He must have had a recognizable name. Is he a noble from a well-known house? Asta. No, I don't think so. Blah 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 blah, Asta. The blockade. Why were you escorting this Asta in the first place? Don't you have to manage the harbor? Well, I can't manage anything of the cost of them. Just as towards the Inquisition Knights crowding the pier. They blocked all the sea travels out of the city until this mess is sorted out. There's a lot of knights investigating the harbor. Do you know what they're looking for? Well, you didn't hear this from me. But according to them, Asta's ship just up and vanished in the dead of night. Is that why? Vanished? As in someone hacked it? Wait, hold on, there's something I need to check. That's the thing, the guys would have noticed if someone had driven off with the ship, especially one of that size. Avocation. Huh. Okay. She only knows 2 spells though. It's not like she said it out loud, she literally just like gave it away in her mind. Wow, that's like 4 more than me. Like almost 4 more. From what I heard, one of the guards could have sworn they saw it vanish in a flash of light. A flash of light? Like something created by a spell. What kind of ship was it? Do you know how big it was? From the size of it, I would say it was probably a galleon. A galleon? A spell that skill would have to be pretty powerful to affect a ship of that size. I wonder who this Asta person is. Must be high profile to calling in the Night Guard and the Inquisition for him. All over missing a ship. You spent some time with him. Am I correct, Morrison? Did he tell you where he was staying? I remember right. He's staying at the local inn near the town square. Wait, that's the town that we were staying at. If he's this high profile, why is he staying at an inn for commoners? No ideas. He's eccentric for sure. Whoever he is, he was also witnessed the accident. You'll definitely want to speak with him. I think he's noble. There's a chance that he's the mage that sabotaged the guardrail. I don't think so though. I can still remember the days, but you were just a little small boy. You've really grown up since then. You had to. There was no other choice. Oh wait. By the way, you haven't introduced me to your friend here. Oh, right. Morrison, this is Celeste McCoy, my bodyguard. Bodyguard, huh? When I first saw you two, I thought she was your... No, it's not like that. Our relationship is purely professional. Professional? How can you say that when we share a room together? Can you not? Sorry, you make it sound so easy sometimes. How do you feel about law and fun sanction? Ha! You know the answer as well as I. I got no law for the damn Ashcrew cat crap. Ever lucky, all dragon sins will shoot down this silver suit and kick fun sanctions to the curb. The Dragon's trading company seems to be having a large presence in Aranex now. I, old Dragon, just swooped in one day and took the siege straight from Bronze Sanction's grip. Now I can't think of a single business that isn't working with them. You wonder how Lord Van Sanctions feels about that. I hope this whole mess didn't affect the company's dealing here. He really breathes life into this town. In the mothership? I cannot bless it, it's not just something. I'm just gonna look through the dialogue. I don't want to say everything. Like that'll just hurt my throat, honestly. I was dreaming about saving gold to buy my own house at the harbor front. Well, you're attorney now, you can always move back there. No, impossible. If possible, I never want to return to the city again. There are several crates around the river. Something. Alright, I guess that's everything.
Imperio Arcanum.
Nothing here. Wait, hold on. Okay, no. Alright. Okay, there's taverns. Anyways, we're gonna go do the cafe first. You arrive at the cafe and see that the restaurant is packed with customers. You don't see Rika anywhere though. She must be all preoccupied. Perhaps you should check in when the restaurant is less busy. Okay. She's definitely a red herring. Morrison said that Esther is staying in one of the rooms at this tavern. Oh, which room is it? You can always check each room. That might irritate the patrons though. And if Estes doesn't want to be found, you might alert her if we know too many people. I guess you're right. Your family owns a tavern, right? If you had to put a VIP somewhere, which room would you choose? I guess it would be the one at the end of the hallway. That's the one I would use at my family's tavern. So is it just me or does this hallway look similar to this? Almost haven't used the same architecture, so I don't think it's that strange. No, but it does look like McCoy Tiger. It's uncanny. It was as if whoever made this tavern decided to reuse the set. Oh wow, this is calling out themselves. Hey, making unique designs! And it costs money! Do you really think the developers should be spending your use as a location that you only see once? I don't know, it just seems kind of lazy. Well, if it bothers you so much, why don't you pay for the assets required to make one? Decide to drop the matter. Wow! Fourth wall break!
Imperio Arcanum.
According to Celeste's intuition, the innkeeper would have given Estes this room. You approach the room and firmly knock on it. Hello? Someone does come to the door, but they only open the door a fraction of the way. The crack of the door is less than an inch wide. You can't get a look at the person's face. I'm terribly sorry, but if your business is urgent, I'd like to be left alone. Sorry if I'm intruding, but are you Esther? My name is Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm the defense attorney of the Sturford Dragon. From what I've heard, you witnessed the accident of the refinery yesterday. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions about what you saw. Upon hearing your name, the man fully opens the door, and you're finally able to get a good look at him. He definitely stands out from the other patrons of the inn. He must be the wealthy patron you're looking for. Tyrion Cuthbert, the protégé of the infamous Ruby Tamora. So you know who I am. I do. I know you very well. I'm your biggest fan! Okay, that's a little surprising. What? I can't believe it! The infamous Tyrion Cuthbert is standing right in front of my tavern room! What? I've heard all about your feats, Mr. Cuthbert. You successfully indicated the head of House Pierce. You didn't even think twice about confronting a member of of House Figueroa. And he even defeated Lord Von Finches in a chess tournament yesterday. I'm so lost right now. Oh, and you must be Celeste McCoy, Tyrion's first flight, and the Crimson Demon of the Eastern Kingdoms. How did you find out about that name? The Crimson what? Don't ask. Anyways, if you're Esther, does that mean you witnessed the accident with the Harbor Master yesterday? Yes, I did. Are you gonna interrogate me about what I saw? I'll answer whatever questions you have. You never met a witness this eager to cooperate. Yeah, wow, indeed. But hopefully this means he won't hide any details about what he saw. This does put someone in a bit of a red herring spot. I don't think she did it, but she's very suspicious. Either way. Someone else has to be behind this. I think? I have no idea what's going on right now. Obviously it's not the first 5 characters, we know that already. But, well, I mean, you know, they could subvert with a, you know, like, one of the main characters just, you know, there in the middle. You know what, that just took me by surprise, honestly. I do like that. You know, it's good to have like a, you know, always, you gotta mix it up sometimes, you know? Especially in that chapter 3, you know? People are like always upset about chapter 3 being weird, but I think that for the best. Maybe not all of them, I don't like V3s. Well, actually not V3s. V3 was good, that was still bad, but you know. Trigger Happy Happy, it's like the only bad case in my opinion. Yeah, I'm being honest. V3 is alright, it's just like, you know, I just don't like Himiko. Honestly, I don't like her. Sorry. Anyways, to the tavern room. The innkeeper gave him the room at the end of the hallway, presumably to keep away any prying eyes. Okay, I guess we're not going to. Actually, that's fine. But still, it would have made sense to go into the room. But we'll just imagine it is. You clearly know who I am, but I'm still unsure of who you are, Esther. Ah, my apologies. I would have preferred to keep my whole identity hidden for now. He's within right to do so, but he can't help but feel suspicious. In any case, what is your business in Aranex? I was accompanying a ship transporting goods to Lord Von Sanctions. The same ship that was magically stolen? I'm surprised you found out about that. The King's Guard has been trying their best to keep that information hidden. But I suppose I shouldn't expect anything less from you, Mr. Chabert. Likely will get him nowhere. What was on that ship? It must have been valuable to be worth stealing. Ah, I doubt there was anything on that ship worth drawing the ire of the entire kingdom. The truth is, during that time that my ship was stolen, I was supposed to be on it. I see. The theft of the ship must have been an attempt to kidnap you. That's my current theory anyways. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. He seems to be awfully calm about this. The accident. According to Morrison, you were also in the refinery at that night. Did you witness the moment the victim fell into the vest? I did. Can you tell us exactly what you saw? Every detail you can remember could be important. Well, it all began when I was visiting the refinery with the Harbor Master. I was expecting a refinery machine scenes when a girl frankly ran towards us. She was hysterical. She looked like she was trying to tell us something, but we couldn't hear her over the noise of the machines. When she realized we couldn't hear her, she simply pointed the walkway. That's when we saw Justin Way walk off of and fell into the vast. Next question is very important. Did you see the victim break the guardrail by leaning on it? Yes, he broke the guardrail before he fell. His testimony matches exactly what Morrison saw. The way he fell was very strange though. Strange? What can you mean by that? Huh. You mentioned the way that the victim fell was strange. Did you feel like the guardrail broke too easily? Why, yes? How did you know? It matches with the statement that the Harbor Master gave us. You don't want to reveal the traces of transmutation that you found the walkway. Not, at least not yet. But yes, the guardrail broke the moment just to lean on it. His body was extremely limp while falling too. His body was limp? Normally when falling from great height, one will feel the arms, yes? But when I saw him falling, he wasn't moving at all. Huh? He wasn't moving? Did you see an expression on his face? He must have been unconscious? I'm afraid I couldn't see anything on his face. It was much too dark to make out his features. Wait, you didn't see his face? How did you know it was actually him that fell in? Well, who else could it have been? No one else has been reported missing. They also found the remnants of Justin's body in the vast. It was definitely him that fell in. That's true. You don't have much reason to believe that Justin might still be alive. There were traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene, and it appears that Estes is a high-profile individual. He's probably a mage, and aside from Rika, he's probably the only mage at the refinery that night. And if you ask him outright, you might see something incriminating towards the High of Horus. Esther, we'll respect your privacy if you don't want to tell us who you are. But can you at least answer one question for me? I can make no promises, but I'll do my best to tell you what I can. Are you a mage? Oh, is that all? Yes, I am a mage. I'm quite the practice at one of that. See, Celeste cast detect. I can just tell him now. And he found transmutation magic, namely on the guardrail. What? Here it is. I can't. What? Are you telling me that the mage used transmutation magic to weaken the rails? It's a conspiracy! Wait, does that mean this was actually a murder made to look like an accident? It's like something out of reports I read about him. You didn't see anything incriminating. You could see his thoughts clearly. His feelings of happiness are off-putting though. Honestly, that is kind of believable. People will get excited over serial killers and other stuff like that. I don't believe he wouldn't. If you ask me if I was a mage, does it mean I'm a potential suspect? This is the greatest thing that ever happened to me! This is the first time you met someone that's happy to be suspected of murder. Sorry, it's not right of me to get so excited about something like this serious. You must think less of me now. But it's something right now of a mystery novel! That's not the reaction you're expecting. Nevertheless, it doesn't look like there's any incriminating thoughts in his mind. And the emotion he was emanating was all positive. There wasn't a drop of fear in there. What could this mean? Either way, it looks like you have found everything you can from Estes. You should move somewhere else. I hope he keeps that to himself, at least, you know, the whole transmutation magic. His eyes shine bright like a diamond. I really hope he isn't the guy. I don't know who I like more. I was afraid it was just be another. I was expecting just another generic, you know. Well, it'd be tiny noble, but he's actually pretty funny. Tyrion, you're back. Did you talk to Mr. Tarragon? I did. I'm still not sure what to make of him just yet, but after what I've seen today, I don't think I can turn the blind eye to what's happening. There are traces of transmutation magic on the guardrails. Regardless of their motives, someone sabotaged those rails with the intent of harming an employee at the refinery. I do hope he's just a fanboy, and that's it. I honestly, I don't mind her being the Is this really a murder? You have to find out who did this and why. I'll represent him in court for the criminal case. Thanks, it really means a lot to me. On that note, you were at the refinery when the accident occurred. Am I correct? Yes, I was. May I ask you a few questions about what you saw that day? Of course, I'll do whatever I can to help. Uh-oh, look at the top right of the game. Uh-oh. Someone's being a little silly. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Wait, hold on. Okay, there's one more thing before where's the tavern? Oh, let's present the evidence. I can't believe I actually came face to face with the famous Tyrion Cuthbert! Legendary? I didn't know that offensive could have fanboys. It's not just a defense attorney, he's a revolutionary! He goes after profilic nobles and plunged to kill kingdoms of trust into chaos! That fantasy makes you seem like some kind of anarchist. Hey, what about Celeste? So, what exactly is a Crimson Daemon? I thought I'd finally get rid of that name. It's a name people called me when I was working in the Eastern Kingdoms. The agent says that she cleared the entire regions of bandits within days. The very gaze of a demonic glare drove fear into the most hardened of warriors. It's not a small laugh as you hear that. Oh, shut up! Wait, if you're here, is Ruby Tamura here too? She isn't. I originally only came here for the chess tournament. I didn't expect to be working a case while I was here. In truth, you wanted to leave this here as soon as possible. Okay, yeah, I think let's move on now. Oh, that wasn't even dialogue, damn it. Oh, you were going up to that last lawyer, you were such a nervous before. Nah, he still gets like that sometimes. You should see him before he enters the courtroom. Your sword is so cool, Celeste. It doesn't look like anything like the swords I've seen at the local blacksmith. You like it? It was a gift I received from a region in the Eastern Kingdoms. Wait, really? I expected to get along with an aristocrat. Well, a lot of things can happen. It's a pretty long story. You'd like to hear more about her travels when you're less busy. I don't know good things about that, but it seems so good to be true. Hey, he's a good person. He invested in my cafe when no one else would. To be fair, the headmaster though. The headmaster. Save before she gets too silly. But no one can be that I don't know what that word means. Damn it! I'm just gonna search it up real quick. If I don't respond to your message right away, then that's why. I don't have my second screen yet. I'll get it eventually, and I'll have a lot more fun using that second screen. Let's see. Seeking to promote the welfare of others. Okay, there we go. Someone's a little silly. And I need to switch up that word too. I don't want to learn that in Hindi. What's Hindi? Dealing with things sensibly and realistically in a way that is based on practically rather than theoretically consideration. Okay. Oh, I get my answers. Yeah, I'll say real quick. What do you mean? Nobles like von Sinchen tends to underestimate the power of goodwill. Wyvern has a very oppressive heritage, and the atrocity takes advantage of, or even outright abuses, the working class. They're all dashing, they'll never want to do business with a common folk mage. Yeah, von Sinchen wouldn't even hear me out when I was starting out. Draco Jan is willing and able to invest in resources that von Sinchen wouldn't even think of touching. That sort of adaptive thinking gives him an edge over von Sinchens. I see. Alright, safe. Alright, it's time to get... Wait, hold on. Alright, here we go. It's time to get... Yeah, fancy pants words. Yes, I read a plagiarism and plagiarism in high D. Super fancy fancy words. By the way, why were you at the refinery that day? I want you to clip that part. You know, where I want you just to clip that part, please. It's funny. That sounds so stupid. I love it. And send it to me on whatever application you're on. I'm sure you have my contacts. By the way, why were you at the refinery that day? Didn't you have to work at the cafe? I was making a food delivery to Justin. Wait, you were delivering food to the victim? Yeah, he never had the time to make his own dinner, so I always delivered his dinner during his evening break. But that night, I couldn't find him in the fridge area, so I went looking for him in the refinery building. So the accident happened while you were delivering his food. Justin's behavior. Did you talk to Justin at all before the accident? I did. When I finally found him in the refinery building, he seemed busy. He told me to leave his food in the break room. He was busy? But according to Dragogen, he never should have been in the refinery building in the first place. Did he say what he was busy with? He said that he had a meeting scheduled with Mr. Dragon. That can't be true though. Dragon didn't mention anything about this. Unless he lied? Or he lied. Two different he lies. We've gotten this far, gotten a few witness accounts already, but I just want to double check. What did you see during the accident? Sorry, I'm sure it was the disturbing side. Do you need to take a moment? No, it's okay. It happened after Justin told me to leave his food in the break room. It was my first time inside the refinery, so I spent some time looking at all the machines. That's when I suddenly heard a strange sound from the walkway. When I walked to see what it was, I saw Justin fall from there. I tried to find someone to help him, but no one could hear me because of how loud the machines were. Before I finally got them to understand what's happened, it was already too late. Did you see the guardrail break when Justin fell off this walkway? More specifically, did it break from Justin's weight? I'm honestly not sure. I was too busy trying to find help. Huh. Yeah, matching with this testament accounts from Estes and Morrison, they saw the guardrail break. Having Rika also confirmed that would have been helpful, but you suppose Asta and Morrison's statement will have sufficed. Rika's account of what happened is a lot less detailed than Estes and Morrison's, but you did see Justin before the accident. You still have no idea why Justin was on that way in the first place. According to Rika, he said that he had a meeting scheduled with Dragon Chen. But this doesn't seem to match with what Dragon told you. Either Justin or Dragon Chen must be lying in that case. Yeah, that's what I said. You met Dragon Chen already, but you still have no idea what kind of person Justin was. Perhaps we can continue more. I'm going back to the refinery. Oh. May as well. What? Oh. Sure. Oh, pfft. Alright, let's continue the conversation. Could you tell us more about the victim? What kind of person was he? He was a good person. He fell in with a bad crowd a few years ago, but he was starting to turn his life around. I saw how much he was trying to change, so I asked Mr. Dragogen to give him a job. I really wanted to help him change his life for the better, but this job ended up killing him. You can't blame yourself for this. No one could have known that this would happen. I guess you're right. It's hard not to think about though. Was he the type of person to go to places that he was supposed to be? No, not anymore. Not anymore. He wanted to make a good impression for Mr. Dragon Chen. Dracogen. Whatever. He always talked about following the rules. He even got mad at me a few times when I accidentally broke Dracogen's protocols. Right, that matches up with what Dracogen said. But maybe he was falling back into his old habits. Perhaps Rika can tell you more about what he was like before he turned his life around. You mentioned that Justin fell in with a bad crowd before. I also heard that he used to hang out with a band of local delinquents. Could you tell us more about them? What? Rika, this information will help us with our investigation. I need to speak with the other people who knew him. Do you know where I could find his delinquent friends? I'm sorry, I really didn't know him that well. I should have kept quiet. It might make him mad. Rika, are you hiding something from me? What? Of course not! Why would the Dark Lord of Acorns possibly have to hide from you? Yeah, she's definitely hiding something. Perhaps you need to argue against her if you want the truth. Alright, let's check all the conversation. Suspicious. Okay, there we go. She appears to be hiding something from you. She clearly knows about the background that Justin fell in with. But she's hiding who they are and where you can find them. You'll need to convince them to share that information with you. Here we go. Rika, you know about Justin's friends, don't you? Just be honest with me. I'm not hiding anything! I really don't know much about him. I may have delivered his food, but he was just a customer to me. Will perform questionable actions. She has your best interests at heart. Will always act a way that she thinks is beneficial for your well-being. She has good perceptions. She will often. Okay, you clean over. Oh. Whoops. Oh wait, it's the other thing. Where is it? I might have believed that you delivered his food because he was a good customer, but that wasn't all you did for him. You saw that he was trying to turn his life around, and you begged Joko Jen to set him with a job. You wouldn't do that for a customer that you barely knew. Well, that still proves nothing. I am Bluesky Tutor, High Archmage of the Turbulent Flames. Is it so hard to believe that I took pity on a stranger? It would only be right for me to equip a commoner with the means to change his life. No, it's one of these two. Let me see this. You're not a good liar, Rika. You should have. Rationalize. You said earlier that he was a good person and that he fell in a bad crowd. How could you possibly know that if you didn't know him well? There are plenty of people who would have said that about him. He didn't exactly keep it a secret. I only knew him because of rumors that were floating around town. Oh, that does make sense. Could you be telling the truth? No, when you read her thoughts earlier. Okay, it was doubt. I'm not good with it. You're not a good liar, Rika. You would have risked a lot by asking Dragogen to hire a stranger, especially a stranger with a dubious past like Justin. What if Justin fell back in his old way? That would have been surely brought about consequences on you and your business. You wouldn't take a risk like that unless you knew him. well enough to trust him. Okay, fine. I guess we were friends. But like I said before, he was trying to leave his old life behind. He didn't like talking about the people the person he was back then. He wanted to forget about it, and then he never brought it up. I doubt that, Rika. In fact, I'm sure that you were friends for at least a few years. With a friendship that old, I'm sure he would have confided in you about his past. What? No, you need to stay focused. Huh? Wait, hold on. Oh. Rika, I don't know why you thought you had to lie about this, but I need to ask Justin Stormer's friend. Is that really necessary? Yes, I need to know why he was behaving so strangely before the accident. His friends might know something about him that you and Dragogen don't. But that doesn't make any sense. I think you're just overthinking this, Tyrion. You didn't want to overplay your hand before, but it looks like you don't have a choice now. Rika, Justin told you he was heading to a scheduled meeting in Dragon's office. Well, according to Dragon's, Justin wasn't even supposed to be in the refinery building yesterday. What? Rika, Justin might have lied to you. No. He would never do that. I need to know why he was up there. And so far, the statements I've gotten from you and Dragogen doesn't explain that. I need to talk to people who might know about him that you don't. Okay, I'll tell you where you can find them. Just promise me that you'll be safe, okay? Yay! Sorry, I wasn't trying to lie to you. It's okay, I'm assuming you had your reasons. I need to know where I can find Justin's old friends. You probably know already, but a few years ago, Justin got involved with a local street game. They always hanged around the beach area, but one day they discovered an abandoned building along the coastline. They spent most of the time there. A lone house on the coastline. It's that house, Tyrion. That's probably where you'll find Justin's old friends. So that's why you're being so secretive. What? I'm sorry. Don't be. You're just trying to look out for me, right? Are you gonna be okay? I can go there with you if you like. No, it's okay. I'm sure you're busy with the cafe right now. It's not as if I'll be going alone. Alright, just don't push yourself too hard, okay? Yeah. I have no fear. It will take more than this to bring down the high notes. You arrived at the old abandoned house. Upon looking at the house that you left behind, you're stuck with a flood of memories. Those memories were once happy, but now they only fill you with grief. Tyrion, are you okay? Yeah. Let's look around. Ah, so this was his house. You wipe your eyes and begin looking around the house. Suddenly, you hear the sound of glass breaking. You rush to look at the source and see two young teenagers throwing stones at the side of the house. The shadow remains lying on the ground. Ha! Nice shot, Gavin! None. Hot jobless. One of the teens, apparently named Gavin, noticed you approaching. We've got company, Wade. Huh? Also jobless. You stare blankly at the broken glass lying on the ground. You're at a loss of words. You feel like you should respond, but nothing comes out of your mouth. You suddenly find yourself quickly approaching the two teens. Eh? What the hell do you want? Ah! What the hell? Before you realize it, you threw a punch straight into Gavin's face. Your eyes are slowly tearing up. You only see red. You grab Gavin by the collar and pull his face close to you. Get the hell away from my house! Tyrion? Oh, you want to go? If you come looking for trouble, you shall found it. Let's all come down and just stay out of this, you little shit. Excuse me? What, you got caught in your ears or something? Yes, actually. Why don't you go and repeat what you said? I said, stay out of this. You little shh. Celeste? Yes? I'm sorry for losing my temper back there. I didn't mean you need to drag you into this. It's okay. Our emotion gets the better of us sometimes. Celeste? Yes? I think you might have overdone it a bit. Nah. Celeste? Oh, I don't think he's breathing. Come on, just give him a second. You suddenly hear the very bruised and broken form of Gavin splattering and wheezing on the ground. You looks like he finally regained consciousness. See? He's perfectly fine. Yeah, fine. White is staring at wide-eyed Celeste. From the shaking of his legs, he looks like he wants to run away, but he's too frozen by fear to move. Don't bother running. Even with the heads out, I can easily catch up to you. Eep. Anyways, these two are probably Justin's former delinquent friends, right? Are you okay with talking to them? Yes, of course. With your emotion in such disarray, you completely forgot why you came here in the first place. Would you happen to know the young man who died in the fire yesterday? These guys are after Justin, but he's already dead. After Justin? Was there someone with a grudge against him? Well, he thinks that you were sent on someone's behalf. You wanted her to play the part to get more information out of him. We're not gonna hurt you. We're not gonna hurt you anymore. We'd just like to ask you a few questions about Justin. Yeah, sure, man. Whatever you want. Right. Alright, you two talk. I'll work on popping Gavin's shoulder back into place. It's a little disturbing how nonchalantly she says things like that. Justin was always too big for his britches. He had some cushy job at the refinery, and so he's too good to hang with us. And look where that got him. One word from the eye taker, and he comes crawling back to the life. You don't know about Gavin? What about yourself? I don't know anything about myself! Hey man, do I know you? You look kinda familiar. No, you must be mistaken. Alright. You'd rather keep the past buried, especially from someone like him. Man, I guess there's all kind of people in this city. I never knew someone like her was involved with them. What was that? Nothing, ma'am. What do you know about the company? There's just another group of rich dudes. Sure, they talk about making the city better for us common folks, but I'm sure they know better than informed distinctions. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to talk to them directly. Well, to him. What can you tell me about Justin Way? A kind tale of few witnesses we spoke to. We used to be friends. Friend is kind of pushing it. We used to hang back in the day, but we don't know more. It was weird when he started talking to us again. I thought he left for good. But he started talking to you again. Why? He just needed some of the old gear that he left at the house. Old gear? What kind of old gear? You know, his thieves' tools. All the tools you need for lockpicking and safe cracking. Tools for lockpicking and safe cracking? Why would Justin need those? Why would Justin need lockpicking and safe cracking tools for? Well, he needed to get the gold he owed your boss. So he owed gold to someone. Word has it, he was working for the merchant that owns the refinery. Okay, so it's not the guy. Okay. I guess the owner trusted him a lot, trusted that he has a way to get access to the safe in the guy's office. Justin was always a whiz when it came to breaking and entering. He even had the tools that could crack magical locks. Getting the gold out of the safe would have been an easy score for him. Wait, Justin was planning to rob Gyrogen? Huh. Why apparently thinks that he was sent on behalf of someone? And from what he said so far, Justin owed a non-trivial amount of gold to this person. This person was some kind of criminal. Could they have been the one who sabotaged the guardrail? Did Justin tell you who he owed his debt to? No, man, he didn't say nothing. They might whack me too if I tell them the truth. So he does know. There's no point in playing dumb. Just tell us what he told you. Did he give you a name? Answer the question. The Eye Taker! He took gold to the Eye... Yo, go to the Eye Taker! The Eye Taker? That must be some kind of criminal nickname. Why does that sound so familiar though? A lot of things are familiar to you. You used to live in this stupid town. Either way, you need to find out who this Eye Taker is. It might be best to ask someone else. Okay, I guess we have to move to the town square. Hey, Tyrion? Back at the house, what was that all about? I've never seen you get that angry before. You said that it was your house. Yeah, it was my house. It was? Ever since we arrived in the city, you haven't been yourself. If you want to talk about it, I'm fine, and I don't want to talk about it. You're not fine, I can see it on your face. Please, just talk to me. It's none of your business. That came out a lot louder than you wanted to. Celeste, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. Without a word, she quickly walked ahead of you. Okay, yeah, I don't know why I would ask him. No offense. I already love you, man. The Eye Ticker? Where did you hear about that name? So you do know about them. I do. I'll learn to keep my distance from him over the years. The Eye Ticker is a criminal kingpin of this region. Oh, okay. Duh. I just realized the missing eye, of course. Every last criminal undertaking in this region happens under his watch. Is that big of a deal? Of course he is! More importantly, how did you hear about him? From what I've heard, Justin Way owes him a huge debt. Justin owed him? I knew it was run. Used to run around with a bunch of rogues, but I never imagined. My skilled lord. The Eye Taker might be involved in Justin's death. Do you think someone like him could be behind this? Well, there is a saying we have about what happens when you get on his bad side. Let's just say he reminds you of why he has that name. So you know who the Eye Taker is now? Definitely adds another angle to this case. But there are still some elements of this idea that don't make sense. You need to take some time to work through it all. But you should talk to Dragon Chen first. He will want to see everything that you've found. Oh. Okay, it's about time we hit back. Excuse me. I like how my screen's looking. Probably, we could probably improve it, but you know. Ah, hello, Mr. Cuthbert. I trust you're doing well. We are, for the most part, and the people who knew Justin. I think there might be more to this case than meets the eye. Oh? You spent some time explaining your finds to Dragon Chins. Used to be trouble when you explained the traces of transmutation that you found on the guardrail. It's even more taken back when you mentioned Justin supposes plans to rob him. This is quite a lot to take in. Are you missing any valuables in your safe right now? No, actually, but what is it? After the accident, I did a careful inspection of the building. When I checked my office, I noticed that the lock on the safe was disengaged. The safe was open, but he said there wasn't anything missing. That's right. When I saw the safe open like that, I was already worried I had been robbed. But I double-checked the contents. Everything was accounted for. Because of that, I just assumed I forgot to lock it. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe it was just a coincidence? But I might believe that if it weren't for where my office is located. What do you mean? The walkway that Justin fell from leads to my office. There's a window there that overlooks the refinery. That would explain why Justin was there in the first place. I don't want to suspect one of my employees, especially one that isn't alive to defend himself from such accusations. But it fits all too perfectly together except for one thing. Why wasn't anything stolen? Well, regardless, I think you have a pretty good case. Does that mean you will represent me? After what I discovered? I want you to stand by and let Von Sanctions have his way. Well spoken. I'm glad to have you on my side, Mr. Cuthbert. Anyways, regardless of why, someone clearly magically tampered with the site of the accident. I doubt the court will find any fault of what happened. Although, what's wrong? Silver cases are a lot less strict than criminal cases. If we present evidence suggesting foul play with using magic, they'll treat us exactly like our other cases. Exactly. They might stall the case until they find out what exactly happened. For this accident, all we have to go on is witness accounts. Finding concrete evidence of what happened could very well be impossible. But the idea of hunting down the age responsible sounds very tempting. It looks like you have your work cut out for you. I just hope things turns out okay in the end. And with Von Sanctions on the other side of this, who knows what might happen. It'll be best to keep your wits about you. I can't believe this! I have more important things to do than resolve your petty squabble for you. Yes, the missing ship will be withdrawn. Listen, the sooner you help me resolve this mess with Dragon Jet, the sooner you can return to bring the princess lapdog. That is to say, I am not preoccupied with the case. House von Sanctions can provide the resources that you and the good Christians need. I suppose I don't have a choice, do I? Well, at least this case should be relatively straightforward. Hey, what time is it? Maybe I can go for like the first trial. Let me just, yeah, I should be fine. Okay, it was just starting like this. Court is now in session for the trial of Stefan Dragogen. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready. Very well, let's begin the proceeding. Prosecutor Stewart, please list the charge. The defendant is charged with criminal negligence in the death of Justin Way. The death occurred at the Aranex Arcane refinery last night. Mr. Wayne was an employee of the blah 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 company owned by the defendant. During working hours, the victim accidentally broke a poorly maintained safety rail and fell into a vast vat of corrosive chemicals. Attempts to save his life failed, and his body almost fully dissolved. I see. What a gruesome man. The defendant displayed clear negligence in maintaining the refinery facilities. As such, the responsibilities for Mr. Way's death fall squarely on his shoulders. To begin, the prosecution would like to call Noah Morrison to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. Yes, the name's Noah Morrison. I'm the Horror Master of Aranex Horror. It is my understanding that you witnessed the accident that night, am I correct? I did. Could you please testify to the court about what you witnessed? Witness testimony. I was showing a visitor around the city, and for some reason he really wanted to see the Aranex Arcane refinery. We already know about that. He was inspecting the machines there when suddenly Morisuka ran up to us. She was just trying to tell us something, but there was just too much noise. After a while, she just pointed at the walkway overlooking at the refinery. That's where we saw someone fell into that accursed vat. There was a guardrail that should have prevented him from falling, but he broke through it as he fell. So there was a safety rod that should have protected the victim. However, upon closer inspection, the city guard found that the rail was completely rusted, extremely rusted. They were clearly poorly maintained by the company. I see. This negligence is the basis of the prosecution's charges. Are you going to present the traces of transmutation that we found? I can't help but feel like there's something in Morrison's testimony that doesn't add up. Right now, the traces are the only defense we have against Von Sanction's accusations. It's not a piece of evidence that I want to use just yet. And once you use that piece, who knows how the judge will react. Not much has changed with Morrison's testimony. However, you collected a lot more evidence since you last spoke with him. Is there anything you found that contradicts his testimony? Anyways, let's start with the pressing. This was the patron you mentioned before, am I correct? Aye. Esther seems keen on keeping his identity secret. It would probably be best to leave it at that. Aside from being a maid, he hasn't given you much reason to suspect him. For now. Are you referring to Marisa Tudor, the owner of the local cafe? Aye. For whatever reason, she was also there and witnessed the accident. Yes, we're already well aware of that. Marisi's testimony was a lot less detailed than Morrison and Esther's testimony. She's probably more focused on saving Justin than taking in her surrounding. Are there any points where her testimony doesn't add up with Morrison's? It is noise came from the machines in the refinery, I presume. Those machines were loud as all hell. I could barely hear myself with that noise. There was no way I could hear young Morisuka over all that. You mentioned that you saw someone fell into the vast. Did you not recognize the person? Well, I didn't know the accident. Of course. What do you want to know about? What was your companion? Okay, no, I don't think that would help. What was Morisuka doing the moment you saw Justin fall? I told you, didn't I? She was the one who pointed to the stairs. Hold on, let's just do this. Not much has changed about Morrison's account of events. With the new evidence you collected, however, there might be a detail that doesn't match with his testimony. You just need to re-examine everything that you've learned since you spoke with him. Let me just take a look at the evidence. Alright. Oh wait. Ah.
Objection!
Wait, what? Witness, you said you saw the victim fall into the vat. Did this happen before, during, or after Morisuka tried to get your attention? It was definitely after. If it weren't for the commotion she made, I would have looked up in the first place. It's just as you thought, but what does this mean? Morrison, I spoke with Morisuka about what she saw. She said she saw Justin fall off of the walkway, then rushed you to help. Ah, that sounds about right. No, Morrison, it actually doesn't. What do you mean? If Morrison saw Justin fall before she went to get help, then how did you see him fall after she came to you for help? What? Morrison, Morisuka came to you for that help. This was in reaction to seeing Justin fall off the walkway. If that's true, then how could you have possibly seen Justin fall off the walkway again afterwards? I have no idea. Mr. Cuthbert, you're disputing the witness testimony over a minor detail. It's entirely possible Mr. Morrison or Mr. Tudor simply misremembered. I highly doubt that Morrison misremembered the events of what happened. His testimony matches up with exactly with the testimony of his companion. Then Mr. Tudor must be the one who's mistaken. I'm compelled to agree with Miss Stillwin. These are conflicting accounts these conflicting accounts seem extremely minor. The prosecution case is based on a broken guardrail. If only 3 individuals witnessed Justin Way's break said guardrail, the defense asserts that these 3 witness accounts must be consistent with each other. Evidence not strong enough to find my client liable. Please, the break in the guardrail is directly over the vast. That is enough physical evidence. It proves that the victim fell in because the railing broke. How do we know the guardrail wasn't broken by some other event? That's ludicrous. You're clearly playing devil's advocate. I'll admit, I also find the defense assertion dubious. However, I see no harm in allowing Miss Tudor to testify to what she saw. Rika saw a lot less than Morrison and Esther did, and her testimony was a lot less detailed. But the one detail that she did remember was that she saw Justin fall off the walkway. Hopefully, her testimony might clear up what happened. Bellev, please escort Miss Tudor to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the courtroom. This is probably Rika's first time testifying in the courtroom. You hope she'll be okay? As if I need such introduction, allow me to indulge you all. Oh lord, is she doing that here? I am Mosika Tudor, Dark Lord of Ernix. I see. I was not aware we were in the presence of such a renowned individual. Wait, does he actually believe her? Your Honor, Rika Tudor is the owner of a local cafe in Ernix. But isn't she also a high archery magic? I am. No, she really isn't. Tyrion, you're ruining my flow. Yeah, stop ruining her flow, Tyrion. You'd say that your flow is the most disrupted right now. Anyways, Miss Tudor, you were at the Ernix refinery on the night of the accident. What an impression! Yeah, imagine just trying to hoping that your witness would help create things stop and then they act like a fucking lunatic. Oh yes, I am the Dark Masters of the Magic. Everyone was just like, oh, okay. Yes, that's right. According to your statement, you ran up to Morrison after you saw Justin fall off the walkway. The problem is that there's a contradiction between both of your testimonies. There's a contradiction? Morrison testified that he didn't see the victim fall into the vase until after you approached him. This wouldn't make sense though. You saw the victim fall off the walkway before you ran up to Morrison. Morrison couldn't have probably seen the victim fall again after that. Oh, I think I see what happened. You do? Huh. I think you're misunderstanding what I said before. I misunderstood you? If that's true, could you please testify to the court exactly what happened? But that's the thing, you couldn't exactly just like... Can you predict? There's a clear contradiction here. Sure. I was at the refinery when I heard a strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw that Justin had tumbled over this guardrail. But he hadn't fallen into the vat yet. I saw him barely hanging onto the edge of the platform, help on the grounds, and found Mr. Morrison. He must have seen Justin lose his grip of the ledge and fall into the vat after that. So the victim didn't immediately fall into the vat. Okay, he was hanging onto the edge of the walkway. That would explain how Mr. Morrison saw the victim fall into the vat after Mr. Tudor saw him fall off the walkway. In any case, Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. press. What kind of sounds did you hear? I'm not quite sure. I had to handle hitting metal. Metal hit walkway is made out of metal, so perhaps the sound you heard was something metallic colliding with the walkway. Did she hear something shake the walkway that and make Justin lose his balance? So this was the moment you saw Justin fall off the walkway. He fell over the guardrail? I did, but I'm not sure how it happened. I think something caused him to lose balance. Tumbled over the guardrail and fell right off the walkway. Interesting. After you ran to him for help. Hey? But you haven't fallen into the thing. Yeah, that's right. He was hanging onto the ledge. Was there someone? Is anyone around? Just focus on saving him before he fell. I assume that's if anyone was nearby, they'll immediately try to help him. Photo of the rails. Guardrail. I don't need the spell, just the whatever. Yeah, I tried to explain to him and his friend what was going on, but they couldn't hear me over the machine. That doesn't even mention it right now. No, I didn't. I was so busy trying to talk to Mr. Morrison I didn't see it. I didn't know what had happened until after he shut down the machines. Rika's testimony is a bit different from the statement she has given us earlier. Looking back on it, I should have asked her for more details. I was so focused on matching details with Morrison and Asta, I didn't probe her further. But now that we have a full testimony of what she saw happen, you can compare it with what Morrison and Asta saw. Oh yeah, right! Over the machines, falling at the walkway, saw a figure leave. Oh! Is it this one? Yeah! I am big brain! Oh, okay, 1 second. Alright. Over? She said over, didn't she? Rika, you said that the victim tumbled over the guardrail, as in he was thrown over it. Yes, that's right. What? Did you see the moment that the guardrail broke? No, but you did see the moment Justin break the guardrail? No, like I told you, I didn't see the moment that the guardrail broke. But that's the thing, Rika. According to Morrison and Justin Wade, broke the guardrail as he fell into the vast. More specifically, he said that Justin was standing on the walkway when this happened. What? According to the prosecution, Justin Wade leaned on a faulty guardrail and broke it, falling into the vast. But that's not what you saw, was it, Rika? No, I saw him tumble over the guardrail. Over the guardrail. Aha! I'm big brain, man! Afraid I don't see the importance of this, Mr. Shabert. Are you accusing the witness of perjury? There's definitely something going on here, but what? Morosuke is a mage, but you don't want to suspect her, but you need to consider every possibilities. What is happening here? They're both telling the truth, you guess. But how does that make sense? Okay, think this through. Think through this. If we assume Rika and Morrison are telling the truth, you need to remember the exact orders of events. First, Rika saw Justin walk up the archway. When I looked to see who it was, I saw that Justin had tumbled over the guardrail, and he hadn't fallen into the vast yet. I saw him barely hang onto the edge of the platform. She saw Justin fall over the guardrail and off the walkway. Justin was able to grab onto the walkway ledge. That's what Morosuke went to look for help. This is when she ran into Morrison and Esther. Rosico came right towards us. She was trying to tell us something, but the damn machines were too loud for us to hear her. She wanted the walkway, and that's when we saw someone fall into the vase. By the time we could get them to stop the machines, it was too late. And then there's As's kind of events. Did you see the expression on his face? He must have been unconscious. I'm afraid I couldn't see anything on his face. It was much too dark to make out his features. Wait, you didn't actually see his face? How do you know it was actually him that fell in? Well, he was good at mean. As Sam Morrison couldn't see Justin's face, that one detail of their testimony never sat right with you. But you dismiss your suspicions. They found Justin's body in the vase after all. You know for a fact that he fell into that vase, but you never considered one other possibility. Another person? Is that really possible? Well, it's the only thing that makes sense. It also explains how Rika, Morrison, and Asta all saw someone fell off the walkway at different times. But then, who is the second person? You don't have a choice. Even if you don't know all the facts, this is the only conclusion you can draw. I think you had enough time to deliberate, Mr. Cuthbert. Are you accusing the witness or not? I am not accusing the witness of perjury, Your Honor. Both Mr. Turner's and Miss Turner's and Mr. Morrison's testimonies appears to contradict each other, but they are both telling the truth. Then please enlighten us, Mr. Cuthbert. How could both of their testimonies possibly be true? Well, I think there's only one possible explanation. Both Mr. Turner and Mr. Morrison saw someone fall off the walkway, but the person that Miss Turner saw and the person that saw Mr. Morrison saw were two different people. Are you serious, Mr. Cuthbert? Do you honestly think that some random person fell into the vase moments after Justin fell in? It's the only conclusion that makes sense, Mr. Stillwell. Miss Turner knew the victim and recognized him. That's how she was able to confirm that it was him that fell into the vase. However, Mr. Morrison and his companion did not know the victim personally. They could possibly make out his features. They only assumed that it was him after learning that he fell in. Please. It's far more likely Miss Turner had simply mistaken about what she saw. What? No! I saw Justin tumble over the guardrail. And let's not forget Miss Turner's allegiance as a beneficiary of the Dragon's Surfer. She has every reason to confound this case in the defendant's favor. That's not. That's enough. This is a civil case, Mr. Cuthbert, not some murder mystery to throw some wild theories towards. Looks like you don't have a choice. You're gonna have to use your trump card. You have one piece of evidence that implies this wasn't a simple accident. Oh boy, here we go. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure? I wish I had this bloody. No, I could have had a. No, I don't have a soundboard. Why don't I have a second screen yet? That would have been so funny. Anyways. What? Justin Wells' death was reported as an unfortunate accident. As a result, the city guards put minimum resources into their investigations. More specifically, there is no reason to call in the Arcane Inquisition. What are you talking about now? Why would the Inquisitions be? No, are you saying that? Unlike the Aeronex City Guard, I have a mage capable of casting Detect Magic. My bodyguard Celeste McCoy scanned the crime scene for magical traces, and she found traces of transmutation on the broken guardrail. Traces of magic were found at the crime scene? But that would make this a potential homicide, Your Honor. This is ridiculous! The accident took place within an Arcane refinery. Those traces could have come from a purification process. But still win. Those traces were only found on the ground rail that Justin broke. We didn't find them anywhere else. We can't be certain of what happened, but it's clear that a mage used magic near the scene of the accident. Foul play may have been involved. So my theory of another person falling into the vase is entirely possible. My client is not at fault for the guardrail breaking. Considering this shocking revelation, there's still much we don't know about Justin's royal death. With that said, I have no choice but to suspend the trial of Von Sanctions vs. Dragogen. I had a feeling this would happen. Just like in other cases, this case, the court won't pass a verdict unless a culprit is found. The court will give the Arcane Christian time to investigate the scene and these supposed magical traces. We'll resume the trial in 2 days' time. 2 days! Court is adjourned. Well, at least we survived the first day. It kinda feels like we're back to square one. Yeah. The Inquisition will get involved. They will know that magic played a role in what happened. If we want them to dismiss the case against Dragogen, we're gonna have to find exactly what happened. If that's even possible. Ugh. Hey, are you okay? You feel that a headache's coming on. Yeah, I think I'm just tired. Well, this day has been exhausting. It's pretty late. Should we head back to the inn and continue the investigation tomorrow? No, I want to take another look at the refinery before the Christians get there. This throbbing pain in your skull seems to disagree with you doing that. Yeah, no, we're heading back to the inn. I'm fine, really. Tyrion, I know you're anxious about the trial, but you need to get some rest. Celeste, it's fine. It's not. You're gonna work yourself. Would you just stay out of my way? Again, your voice came out louder than you meant to. Wanted to. Fine, whatever. Do what you want. It's the damn city. Being back here. It's scary again to you. That's all the more reason to get through this trial as soon as possible. The soreness in your head doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Perhaps he's right. You better off investigating the scene of some rest. 2 investigation, I guess, in 2 days. Wait. No. We're not continuing this now. Well, I know I have to kind of like, unfortunately put this in a halt, but I would like to get some rest.